Hello, welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. My name is Abe. Welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. My name is Abe, and all the other intro stuff that I probably just messed up. My keyboard all right. It's a wireless keyboard. It felt a little bit laggy there for a minute, but I don't know, it seems fine. We're just gonna play as the Paradox for our first run of the day here. Let's see what we get. Mutation and the Cat Throne. I'm tempted, by the way, to actually, like, drop these items and we'll just do a random Paradox run without the items, but we'll keep them for now. I just won't use Mutation, I suppose. What? Okay, we have a very slow rate of fire, a very long reload time, but we do have very good accuracy. Our accuracy does seem to be a little bit better, and very high shot speed in this random Paradox run of random stats. I'll check. Which is very interesting. I don't know how this is going to play itself out. What's our damage look like? Our damage looks to be basically about normal, which is good. But we have a very slow rate of fire, and we also only have 2 HP, 2 hearts. I think I would like to adjust it a little bit so that the HP you get is not as high, like maybe not with the armor, but still, this is going to be a tricky run because we have a very slow rate of fire. And it looks like maybe a very low knockback stat as well, but we'll have to wait and see about that until we get like a shotgun or something. We're on the oubliette and then we're actually trying to knock the enemies into pits. The Wort says he believes that the 4th chamber secret floor, or secret room, or secret floor, is harder than the rat. Ah, no. No. I firmly believe that the rat is very, 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 very tough, especially on the first phase, but the second phase as well. I think that the secret floor is probably a little bit easier, but that's just my opinion, you know. Everyone can have their own opinion, even if it's wrong. I thought I was a pilot for a second. It's because I have this starting pistol. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think normally it takes 6 shots to kill a red shotgunner, doesn't it? So we are just at a straight disadvantage on this run, having this random stat of Paradox with a very, very, very slow reload and a very low rate of fire and low HP. Oh, God! There goes the armor. But I like it. You know, this is the whole point of having an Eden-like start on your run. Sorry, I had something in my throat. Blank Brain asks, do the bad stats compensate for good stats, or is everything random? Right now, everything is random. So you could have a run with everything positive, you could have a run with everything negative. I don't know how I want to adjust the positive and negative randomness of it, but for now, I'm just kind of having fun playing runs with random stats, which is kind of what I wanted from the Paradox to begin with. Gimacho Libre says he never died on the hidden floor boss, but many, many times with the rat. I think that the rat is more difficult because it's a series of boss fights. Like, you get one boss fight on the R&D department floor, but the boss isn't terribly tanky. The dodging patterns are not that tough, you know. But the rat has a lot of quick, don't dodge roll, a lot of quick attacks. He cannot put a lot of damage. A lot of his damage is not unavoidable, but pretty difficult to avoid. I should have just done that to put out the fireplace. And I think it's a lot more difficult, but again, you know, everyone can have their own opinion on the matter. That was my opinion on the fight. Let's, you know, what do we have? We have Mutation in the Cat Throne. I don't want to synergize with any of this. Let's fight a boss first. Right, we actually have more than 8 ammo in the clip. I think we have 12? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we have 12 ammo in the clip. That's actually pretty good. Although, I still say our rate of fire is just absolutely horrendous. And our damage is basically starting damage. I feel like our rate of fire is like down 50%. But you know what? It is what it is. This is what I wanted out of my paradox. Buy cigs. I will probably buy the cigarettes. The cigarettes are a pretty good pickup if you can get them early. You know, we don't have to keep them for the entirety of the game, but especially if we get the flawless here, we're gonna have extra HP. And using cigarettes, you know, 10 times, that's a lot of extra, you know, money, blanks, HP, armor, and especially if we can get HP drops out of the coolness, you know, out of the room drops on the next floor, we can kind of stack up a lot of HP. Nice. So yeah, we're definitely going to do it since we have extra HP on the floor as well. Let's do a quick secret room check. Ah, there we go. Perfect. At least we get one chest for free. And I'm actually kind of... Right, we can fly. I'm kind of okay to get the armor. Well, I mean, I guess we're just gonna pop it, but theoretically, you know, we could have kept the armor for the next floor, and then we would have had a little bit more HP to spend. Dong 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 dong. Let's buy the key. Smoke a little bit more. And let's also make sure that we... Well, I guess we can just blow up the chest now. Let's also make sure that we blow up all these chests. Maybe open the green one, or sorry, the blue one rather. Yo, perfect. I wouldn't mind getting a blue level gun or a blue level passive active. Well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't want a passive active. The gun is okay. So we'll try it. We'll open it up. Show me what you got. No cell creep, so we'll just pick it up, drop it so it doesn't show up again. Cannot afford the Cinegrace chest, but that's okay. We have a lot of coolness, and we're just gonna rock this cigarettes for a while. Milk Jug, welcome. What's the bigger problem in Gungeon? What's the bigger problem of what in Gungeon? Having low rate of fire or or low damage? Is that what you mean? Yo, I can fly. Getting flight is pretty good on Paradox. It's not like an amazing top 10 pickup, but it's just it's a nice effect to have. You know, we're not gonna need to worry about poison. We can fly over the many pits. I hate that shotgunner being there. I want to test out my knockback. But that shotgunner is kind of getting in the way. Okay, what's it? Oh my god. Maybe the knockback is actually really high. That mutation just absolutely wrecked this one blob. Could I fight all the optional bosses in one run? I've done it before. I think we've done it before doing the Blobby Lord, the Old King, the Resourceful Rat, the new boss, High Dragun. High Dragun. But also you can do it in... Well, actually, you can't do it quite yet in my my Super Boss Rush mod. I need to add in the new boss, the new secret floor boss to it. But once I do that, you could do all the bosses, including the High Dragon, because that's just on the rat floor. That is a bad bit of damage to take. At least we're not cursed, so we're not going to be like two-shot, but, you know, part of the reason we're using the cigarettes is to get coolness and to get more drops, but, you know, that's costing us our HP. Hopefully we don't need that HP to live. I mean, is it possible? Not a would you kindly. Great reference. Yeah, absolutely possible to do it on a regular run. You can fight every boss that's not a past boss. Should you do it? Well, I mean, it does depend a little bit. on whether or not your run is capable, first of all. Whether or not you want to take, you know, an hour and a half potentially to do a run. Speaking of an hour and a half run, fact that it's taking a million years to kill anything means that this might be an hour and a half long run. I'm okay with that, though. That's what you're here for, after all, isn't it? All the Gungeon in the world! And massive train wreck hour-long runs. Maybe what I should do is, maybe allow the random stats to be even further than what they actually are. Like, instead of having, you know, the rate of fire downgrade cap at 50%, maybe we could cap it at like 25%. That would be a truly awful train wreck run. You can only fire one bullet every 2 years. Okay. I keep thinking I'm the pilot because I got the starting pistol. I'm like, I really want to lockpick some of these chests, but I can't. It's a sad day. Pew, 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 pew. Oh my lord. I mean, I should also just be like using mutation a little bit here. You know, we started with it. It'll make a couple of these rooms go a little bit faster here. But I don't know. Lately, I've been of the opinion that maybe what we should do is skip the paradox items that we get. Like, basically, don't even consider them items that we have. Maybe sell them, but then that's it. Because that's really what I wanted from Paradox herself. But maybe there's going to be some sort of a balance in there, you know? Maybe, you know, don't make it so you can start with S tier items, but D tier items are all fine. I would be okay with that. Because there are some really good D tier items, like Potion of Lead Skin, cigarettes. Well, I guess you can't start with active items, it's only passives, but, you know. Wow, there's actually not that many good D tier passives, are there? Maybe Ammo Synthesizer, I think, is D tier. So I guess you could say that that is like one of the top tier passives, D tier passives you could start with. Like, what did we have now? The Throne? I don't even know what tier the Throne is in. It might be blue, but admittedly, I don't remember actually picking it up from a chest before. I don't even remember how I unlocked this item. I think it was just unlocked by default. Maybe this is what you get for defeating, you know, the Bullet King like 10 times. You son of a gun! Okay, well, I mean, at this point, we're almost dead. Luckily, there's a shop. It takes so long to kill anything right now. I need to not take damage so I can get the HP and put it into cigarettes. Should have just used the revolver, honestly. Like, if we're not going to use mutation anymore because it was a starting gun, maybe we should just switch over to the revolver and use that as a something needs to die quickly gun, which would have helped on that chance Bilon. Scope is D tier, ammo belt is D tier, ruby bracelet is D tier. Litchi trigger finger, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good level, or a really good passive for brown level. I would usually want to have that on a regular run. You know, like, any good run can be made better with Litchi trigger finger, so you know, that's perfectly acceptable in my book. So yeah, maybe if you just like limit the drops to D tier, you can make some good stuff happen. Okay, Metronome. I don't know, Metronome Rogue Special? We can try it. I don't have any money left because I spent it on HP, which is fine. Would also like to point out that we had, what, no... What enemy? I didn't get hit by that. We had virtually no HP drops on the floor. We had, like, very few drops of any kind, which is kind of disappointing because, you know, again, this is why we have the cigarettes right now. We're trying to get a little bit of extra coolness so we can get those drops. At least we have a higher clip count. Instead of this gun starting with 140, it starts with 178 because of our random stats. And, you know, at least it's a revolver, so it's real good. Alright. Thank you, revolver. Maybe we'll try to stack up the damage bonus here. I mean, we should take the ammo for it, of course. Fat line, oh lord. Fat line is actual hot trash. It also does not find secret rooms, hilariously enough. But the fat line is just straight up garbage, which makes it a perfect candidate. Things are more expensive in shops on this run too, I'm just realizing. Crap. I think. Yeah, fat line is hot trash, so we'll probably just, you know what, we should use it for the next floor, and then get the metronome bonus for it, and if we can use it, we can use it, and if we can't, we can't. Okay, I'm cool with that. So we'll take the fat line. At least it does have more ammo capacity, although it does have a slower or a lower rate of fire. Rainbow's easier. I do agree on that. I do think that rainbow mode is easier. You think there might only be 4 D-level passives, and those are the ones. Scope, ammo belt, ammo synth, litchi trigger. I thought one of the table tech items was brown level, by the way. Why do I not like fat line? It does horrible damage. Wait, did it get buffed? Maybe it got buffed recently. Maybe it didn't get buffed recently. The last time I remember using this gun, I thought it did actual, like, horrible, god-awful damage, but it actually does seem pretty good right now. I guess, you know, it's gonna get better with the metronome, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Does it also get like does it get a faster rate of fire the more ammo you use in it? Oh, that was a all-important dodge. I don't know, either way, you know, wow, please, like, shoot straight. You know, it's actually not doing that badly. It takes a million years to reload. I have used, you know, 200 ammo in it, though. Yeah, maybe this is actually okay. The last time I had fat line, it just did no damage. This fat line is actually, you know, seeming to be pretty okay. I'm gonna use a blank. Fat line is a little bit tricky to aim, admittedly. A lot of the shots are just straight up missing, but it got the job done. It's a little bit more HP. A map, we can see where we're going. There's a red chest on the floor, excellent. I'm not gonna take the alien sidearm. It's not a fantastic gun, and I actually do want to keep the fat line. I'm gonna keep the damage up on the fat line as well. I really do wish that there was a way that we could pick up a gun, not break the metronome bonus. Maybe that's something that I could find a way to, like, resolve in Gungeon. How can you pick up a gun and not lose your metronome bonus, which would be nice. Drill is D, that's 2, that's true. But the drill is an active item, you're never gonna get it on a Paradox run. I wish that you could start with active items, but nope. Backpack ammo. I might honestly just do the floor and then buy the ammo. Just so that I can, like, have a good gun as a boss killer. At least the fat line shots do pierce, like, walls, which is really nice. And yeah, with the damage upgrade, I guess it is starting to do, you know, a decent amount of damage. Meat Bun, that's a good active item that's D tier. But again, it is an active item, so you're never going to get it on a Paradox run. Now. Is this a gun? No, it's an active item. Okay, there is a backpack in the shop. We can hold this. So we're gonna go back. Grab the bell. Grab the backpack. Pick up the cigarettes. We know that that green chest is gonna have a gun. I don't know, it's weird. I kind of feel like just continuously using the fat line, maybe for as long as possible. Maybe this is gonna be the run where I believe in the fat line. What is this? Ah, never mind. Nah, we're just gonna use Sunlight Javelin. Okay, so let's go fight the boss. You know, actually we should see what's in the shop, because then we can steal from the shop. And he's not gonna know what hit him. And then we'll be able to get some extra items that way. Now, admittedly, the Sunlight Javelin takes a million years to charge up. It's freaking Door Lord! But you know what? We've got the bell here in a minute. I broke him. The bell's gonna charge itself very quickly because of our coolness. The Sunlight Javelin does a ton of damage. It's very ammo efficient. Okay, we gotta run. And we have a synergy with the owl now with the amulet. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, was there an extra amulet over here that we could buy? There absolutely was. I gotta wait for this guy to no longer be under the effect of the bell, though. Hold on. Hello, dude. Wake up. Hey, wake up. It's not even gonna let me steal anything. The game broke. All right, let me activate the bell. Let it wear off. There we go. We'll buy the Holy Grail. I mean, I wanted to buy the Holy Grail and then steal that, but the game wasn't gonna let me. The game was being really annoying about it. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want. Okay, let's go down and fight the Old King. This run is very interesting to me. We have a very, very slow gun, but right now we have a lot of damage with Metronome. We have an owl. We have a lot of coolness. We have an aged bell. Cigarettes has given us enough coolness that the aged bell is basically at half charge at all time. We're very slow, but we will one-hit most, regular enemies that is not going to be like a gun nut. I like it. I like runs like this, which is just very interesting stat situation that's kind of worked itself out for us. Smoking ain't cool, kids. Not unless you are a horrible, timeless space cosmic horror, in which case coolness is absolutely wonderful. I guess technically we also get the metronome bonus from the from getting a kill with the chair. So we don't even need to like waste ammo on simple enemies like that. I did not even consider that, but that's really cool that you get the metronome bonus from the chair. Missed. Admittedly, we have to not miss. Come on. I wanna get the kill with the chair. Yeah. Save, you know, 1 ammo every, like, 30 enemies. Ah, never mind, I got the ammo drop. Is that a Dark Souls reference? Sunlight Javelin? Absolutely. That was, I know it was in Dark Souls 2. I don't remember if Sunlight Javelin was in any of the other Dark Souls, admittedly. I never played a priest build, or saw anyone else play a priest build in any of the other Dark Souls games. Gotcha. Sunlight Spear was in Dark Souls 1. Well, there you go. I specifically remember it from Dark Souls 2, but I didn't remember if it was in DS1. DS1. Hold on. Chair! Thank you, chair. Warriors of Sunlight after offering Gwen's soul. How do you guys remember that much? You Dark Souls fans out there. How are the randomized stats looking this run? Really weird, Parallax, which is odd to say because I'm playing Paradox. Really weird. We have an incredibly slow rate of fire, but because of metronome, it doesn't matter. I'm still one-hit killing like all the enemies thanks to this javelin. But I like it. Again, I like the weirdness that we got going on with these random stats. And I'm tempted to make them even harsher. You know, theoretically making it so that we could have extremely low rate of fire instead of just like halved rate of fire, basically. But the thing is that I want to make a mod that, you know, other people can enjoy as well, not just me with my, you know, desire for the game to absolutely crush my soul. But maybe there could be like 2 different levels of randomness, like a mid-level of randomness and then a high level of randomness. And then the high level of randomness could be like, you have literally no rate of fire. And no damage. Good luck. I'd do it. You know I would. Look in your heart, you know it to be true. DS2 can go die in a fire. Again, we've talked about this before as well, but I don't really know what all the vitriol is about Dark Souls 2. Was it just not a well-designed Dark Souls game? Or is it just not a well-designed game? Glad you came in after it picked up. Yeah, using the pilot starter pistol for the first, you know, couple of floors was a little bit slow, to say the least. We should also open the chests. I don't know if we're going to take any of the guns that we find from them, but we could. Hey, more coolness, by the way. I figured this would be Brother Alburn. Brother Alburn, you enjoyed Dark Souls 2, to be honest, says Queezig. Well, wow, I got a bug bite on my arm. I did it. Oh, reload up. I also enjoyed it. It's a fun game, but again, I don't know if it's just like because it's not a good Dark Souls game that people didn't enjoy it. We'll take it. Kind of does mess up with our ammo capacity a little bit, but we use Hexagon against this guy. Hexagon should be able to get the job done. We're gonna have immense slowing. Okay. I know it's coming now. I can see it. This is just like the easiest way of cheesing the boss fight ever, isn't it? If If only we could get like ammo synthesizer right now, we'd have all the ammo forever. I like that the music stops too whenever you use the aged bell. I'm not using cigarettes, by the way, because I don't want to take damage. This is acceptable. I don't want to take damage because we have the massive damage upgrade right now from the metronome. So at this point, I'm kind of like, just roll it for as long as possible. You know, when we take damage, then we can use the cigarettes to really give ourselves a lot more coolness. But until then, I'm okay doing this. And I'm okay using the wind-up gun too, because it does have the massive damage bonus associated with it, thanks to metronome, and it has more ammo. If you use Aged Bell, do enemies still take normal damage over time, or is it paused? I believe they still burn. Admittedly, though, I don't know. I don't know. If you tell me that they don't burn, I would be like, okay. But I believe they do burn. Did they change the metronome? I wish that they would change the metronome. That's one of the items that I would actually really want to update in a mod. I would like to make it so that there is some way of picking up guns, or you know, maybe there's some way that you can swap to a different gun in certain situations and swap to certain guns in certain situations and actually be able to keep your damage upgrade. I really don't want to pick this up, you know, I want to keep the metronome. Like, chamber gun is really interesting, it's a fun gun. On bullet hell, it's OP as hell, but we don't need it, do we? So, bye, chamber gun. Maybe by not picking you up, you can appear in a different run when your services will be actually needed. Instead, we're just gonna have this song playing forever. Sure. I have a Sunlight Javelin to test it. The DOT? I guess if we take damage, I'll test it for you. But because we're still kind of in a not taking damage state, I kind of want to just keep going with this right now. Because that damage upgrade from metronome is just kicking ass. This is going to be a gun. It's a bad gun, so I'm not even going to, you know, consider taking it. I really don't want it. How would you change metronome so that you could still like pick up a gun and hold it? I guess what you could do is you could, you know, make it so that while you have the metronome equipped, when you pick up a gun, it doesn't swap to it immediately. It just like goes into your pocket. Which I guess would be a good way of doing it, because then you could still pick up the gun, but you just wouldn't switch to it. But then you'd have to worry about something like the gun game, because gun game makes you swap to your gun when you finish the gun game, and that causes metronome to be broken, weirdly enough. The Words asks, anybody in chat, who's harder, the rat or Agnumen? In the 4th secret floor. I thought you were wondering about the bullet boss. Who's harder, rat or Agnumen? The rat. Agnumen has a couple of attacks that are tricky to dodge, but the rat, like, here's the thing. You fight the rat earlier in the run. He's got multiple phases. You have to sacrifice to get to the rat. The only thing you have to sacrifice to the sewer creep on the 4th chamber is, you know, 1 flawless and a couple of pieces of junk. I think that the rat is definitely more difficult, yeah. if you shoot with a different gun instead of just swapping, it should die. That's a very good point, Enhaze. Yeah, so I guess what we should do... If you run out of ammo in your current gun, you get a jingle and it switches to a random gun in your inventory. I like that as well. So I guess He the Beast and Enhaze, those are two good ideas. So on the one hand, if you run out of ammo, it'll just switch to a different gun for you. And on the second, if you shoot a... It could be that if you shoot a different gun, it removes the damage multiplier you had for Metronome. Okay, the tank still, like, did his attack while he was time slowed. So either of those could be good solutions. Please don't. Dude, that was very easy. Why not? Here's the thing I worry about making it so that you shoot a gun and that's what causes the metronome to cease. What I worry about is how do you handle saving and loading? Because, well, I mean, that's actually a good question. Does the metronome work if you save and load? Like, do you get to keep your damage bonus? Oh, this is not what I meant to do. I actually wanted to keep it on its other form. Yeah, because we're killing things in like 4 shots. Because if you can just keep the metronome bonus across floors, then I'm kind of curious to know if you could make it so that you could also save which gun you were using, because otherwise you'd be able to swap to a gun, save, and then it would load. With a different gun maybe being active, and then you could get the bonus, you know, with a different gun active, and that's how you could get around it. I don't know. I'm trying to think about, you know, possible edge cases with it. Like, how do you save and load? But it's a good idea. It's a couple of good ideas. I'll have to think about it more in the future. I thought they were going to be spent, so I figured I'd try to just disintegrate them so I didn't have to kill them, but there was not any spent. Gonna lurk? Well, lurk away, Cheese Baron. I'll let you know if there's any cheese-related concerns that we need you for. Well, that's ultimately not necessary to use the Aged Belt. So that's gonna be Kill Pillars. Kill Pillars are really good to have this gun for. In challenge mode, I can do that. This guy as well, you know, if you have Metronome and he says use the nail gun, that ruins your synergy. And I don't want him to give me a gun either, but I think he drops the gun on the ground. Angry bullets. That's really good. That's really, really good. Evolver! Wow, you know what? Evolver would actually be fantastic. It would do a ton of damage, wouldn't it? At its maximum form, it does only have 150 shots, and they're like slow-moving rockets, but you still gotta think that maybe it's worth it for the Evolver. But maybe we just want to kind of keep going with this current gun that we have, because this is pretty frickin' sweet. Neo Tekyo. It's the electric, like, buzzsaw sounding, oh, lovely. Electric buzzsaw sounding, mutation shots, I believe. I'm pretty sure it does save the bonus if you save and load with the metronome. Well, does it also save what gun you were using? Because if it does, that would be amazing. Things like that, like I'll have to look up, you know, how exactly the game handles those types of situations, and then be like, is it possible to do what we want it to do? Can I mod it in? Do I have to, you know, edit how the game saves and loads stuff? Because that would be really, not necessarily difficult to do, but I'd have to figure out how to do it. Which means that I wouldn't be able to do it for a long time, probably. But we can try. The only bad thing about this synergy, Neo-Techio, is that if you don't have electrical immunity, then you just immediately take damage if you switch guns. Ah, yeah. I mean, that's the same thing with, like, shock rifle, isn't it? I believe so. I believe if you have shock rifle, you just kind of immediately take damage if you shoot it over over water, but I could be wrong about that. You know, it's really freaking good. But kind of like what we have going on right now with combined rifle. But it's also the compressed air tank with 64 shots, so... you know what? We can use it against the boss and then switch to Evolver. Evolver. And of course, we have the problem of these guys not actually following the rules of the game. Da-dun. Da-dun. Stay there for a minute, would you? Thunderclap that electrifies water but doesn't give you immunity from it. I think they fixed that. Could be wrong, but I think they did fix it. Saw it. Just picking up a lot of guns now, which, again, it's not exactly what we want on this run, because I'm just going to switch to Evolver, but, you know, it's good enough. Okay. Can't steal. Picked up the item from Gun Game Man. Dan the Eat Master, hello, welcome! Yeah, any gun that makes electric bullets really does need to come with, maybe not electrical immunity when you are using a different gun, but at least when you're using that gun, you know, give the player electrical immunity. Oh no! Evolver did it! Evolver did me in! Evolver! You failed me for the last time. At least we got all of our ammo back. So what gun do we want to use? Do we want to use Evolver? Do we want to use Fatline? Nah. I think Sunlight Javelin is my bread and butter. I'm really liking the occasional double kill on the Sunlight Javelin. Use SIGs. Ah! Apache Thunder, thank you. You know, I'm getting double blank, because one blank is hitting the armor, the other blank is hitting the cup. I mean, we just... Wait, hold on. Does cigarettes not ruin metronome? No, it does, okay. I had to stop and listen. It totally ruins metronome. Alright, so that's good enough. We need to rebuild from scratch. But we probably won't use cigarettes ever again. You know, after it... I mean, well, it depends on your skill level, but after you hit a certain point in the game, you just want to not use cigarettes anymore. You need to keep your HP up a little bit. Test out the DOT thing with the bell. The problem is I need an enemy that doesn't die in one hit. I think one does spawn on this room, so we'll try it then. third phase of this room should be a revolvent. It sounds like he's burning. I'm gonna assume that the kunk, kunk, kunk means that he is taking damage right there. So there you go. I know, we want a better chest. Get me out of the corner. It was charging the bell as well. Ah, that's a very good way of you know, knowing for certain, because that item does not get charged if you're not doing damage. So doing damage, charging the bell, that's a very good indication that it is actually doing the DOT. Ah, very smart. Sometimes, chat, you impress me. Unfortunately, we do not get the metronome benefit when we kill an enemy with the electricity from Sunlight Javelin. That's a little unfortunate. But at least we do get the metronome bonus when we get a sweet double kill. We don't need it. Was there ammo in the shop? Wrong room. If there was ammo in the shop, I might want to just fill up on Sunlight Javelin at some point. Before or after we fight the boss. Also, yes, I know people tell me that you're immune to the rat traps when you're flying. I still don't remember if that is true or not, or if it, you know, is different for the rat traps you get in DD20 or not. So I'm just gonna dodge over them. We get the rat traps like 4 times in a run if we're lucky. Or unlucky, I guess, depending on your perspective. You stupid teleporting bullet, I even dodge rolled you. Well, that means we're probably just gonna fight the boss, and then we'll get the metronome bonus back afterwards. Because we could just use compressed air tank. Hey! I didn't think this gun would be leveling up when we were using other guns. People even sent me messages, and they still do. They're like, Evolver de-evolves if you don't use it. Well, I mean, we didn't use it at all, and now it's level 4? You know what I like about compressed air tank? It's actually immune to rate of fire decreases, because it's a very quick charge gun. Bottom. Oh, you know what I should have done? That was a perfect opportunity to test the aiming of compressed air tank, whether it aims to whatever's nearest the player or whatever's nearest the cursor. And I may have actually done that test, but I wasn't actually like consciously aware of it. I wasn't like, okay, let's see if it actually goes to the dagger on the right wall or the boss, which I should have done, because I am curious about that. Okay, so we're gonna have to switch guns. Where was this is the trap room down here? Hold on, are we immune to flying? Or are we immune to this one flying? Yeah, okay. But wait, you're immune to these traps, but not the Rat's Revenge traps in DD20 mode or something? I still don't remember. I don't like how the chair changes positions every time I dodge roll. Okay, what gun do we use? Guess we could use this. Might be a little bit tricky. No, let's use something else. I don't know, Fat Line? Nah, it's not that ammo efficient. I don't know, Sunlight Javelin is real fun. You are also immune to the rat traps in DD20. Okay, I don't know why, but in my head I'm like, I tried it once before and I was totally not immune. Maybe I'm just a freaking idiot. That's entirely possible. You don't say. Oh, the dodge rolling made all the traps activate. God damn it. I did not anticipate that one. Oh, thanks, Gungeon. I need to disable rainbow mode stuff until I can, like, balance it, I think. What's everyone doing on Easter? I don't know about Easter, but on the day after Easter, I'm gonna go buy some frickin' candy. By the way, I also did not use the Aged Bell on the dragon fight, but the kill pillars in the dragon, they don't work correctly with the Aged Bell. They still do their attacks and their animations, so it's unnecessary, I think, to do it. It might even make things more difficult because their timings change. I'll use a key on this one. I don't want the bees, though. I don't know, charge shot could be interesting. You think we could hit a damage cap with the charge shot? It's very unlikely, but I guess it is possible. We need a key. Key for sale? Shop. No key. Alright, if there's no key, buy the HP and we'll leave. That's what Abe says after every holiday. I love the cheap candy. The problem is, a lot of Easter candy really sucks. A lot of Christmas candy also really sucks. A lot of Halloween candy also... A lot of candy made specifically for holidays is really cheap and just absolute trash. But there are some true gems out there, if you know where to look. Like, I don't mind bad chocolate, but it's got to be something that's not just bad chocolate. It's got to have like a crispy coating on it, or it's got to have something that, you know, makes it a little bit more unique. Charge shot was the wrong gun. It doesn't have homing it, or it doesn't have piercing anymore, so I can't like specifically line up multiple enemies. It's not as ammo efficient as I would like. The little red one and the strawberry wrapper. That guy's rainbow. We can fly. Oh my lord. Hey, come here. Why are you hiding behind a table? Just come at me. You're a blob. Your entire point in life is to come at me, bro. Really wish that I could actually get a proper bounce on this. A proper pierce. I know I could drop the angry bullets, but I kind of like it. It's amusing. I also need to remember that this gun is changed in Farewell to Arms. It is a different gun. Canadian Kit Kats are far superior. I don't know what that means. I didn't know there was a difference between American and Canadian Kit Kats. I will admit there is a difference between Japanese and American Kit Kats, because Japanese Kit Kats have like 16 million flavors. The Japanese love flavorizing things, whether it's a chip, whether it's a piece of chocolate. What about chocolate and watermelon? They probably have it. chocolate and pistachio. I mean, chocolate and nuts is usually pretty good, so chocolate and pistachios. I mean, that just exists, I think. You know what? I think that's a pretty good opportunity to use the Aged Bell right there. To free some dinguses. Free some dongles. Get some damage done. And not get hit. Keep that damage up, active, and I mean, there's a small chance that we can one-hit kill a boss. I don't think so, because we haven't gotten any other damage upgrades. But, you know, we have Metronome and we have a charge shotgun that could theoretically do up to times 4 damage, I believe. So it really just depends on what the base damage of Charge Shot is and whether or not the Metronome bonus is high enough. But we'll give it a shot right here. Okay, so it's got to be like... Nope, not high enough. Hey, at least we learned that now. Don't throw the gun. No, throw the gun. We lost the Metronome bonus by throwing the gun. I really thought we would keep it, but unfortunately we didn't. Well, Metronome, you've served me well. I wish that you were better, because I wish that you could actually, you know, be worthwhile when you run out of ammo and a gun. But you know what? You did good. You did good, kid. Am I destroying bullets with dodge rolls? No, I'm creating bullets with dodge rolls. That's the exact opposite. They say that creation is much more difficult than destruction, so... Really, I'm just, you know, I'm up in the difficulty for no reason. Now you're hungry for Kit Kats? I'm hungry for candy. I can't wait for, Monday. I need to go shopping. I was gonna go shopping on Sunday. I guess I should wait until Monday, shouldn't I? Need groceries. So make sure you hit that subscribe button in the top right corner. Especially if you have Twitch Prime, and buy some groceries. Ugh. You're gonna get Cuphead, but then you start Stardew Valley. You need some expert opinions. Cuphead or Stardew Valley? I mean, personally, I think I would take Cuphead because I think that might be just a little bit more interesting for my, you know, likes. Stardew Valley, I mean, it's basically just Harvest Moon, right? I've played Harvest Moon before, but I don't need to play another one, I think, at this point. Gets killed. Stardew Valley is fun and relaxing to play while you're bored. Cuphead is like Gungeon, says the word. I think Cuphead would be a lot more difficult than Enter the Gungeon. Cuphead is like... It's designed with the difficulty in mind, you know? Link5 says Cuphead is overrated. Cuphead is... It's designed with the difficulty in mind. It's designed to be difficult. It's a series of boss fights with some run and gunning in between. It's a challenge game, you know? It is, can you defeat Cuphead? I defeated Cuphead, I'll put that on my resume, you know? Anyways, good run. Good guns. Not really good passives. I guess you could say that the only passive that mattered was Metronome. We were using it for most of the run with a couple of guns. You know, it worked well with the wind-up gun, combined rifle, sunlight javelin, even the fat line. Wasn't that good with the charge shot. I figured we probably would not be able to kill the boss in one shot. We would probably need another upgrade, but only like one more damage upgrade would be necessary. And with one more damage upgrade, whether it's alpha bullets, omega bullets, whatever, we're killing that boss in one hit. Which is, I wish we could have gotten it. So really quickly, we'll check the stats from that run. We had 0.67 rate of fire, so basically nearly cut in, well, it's not cut in half, but cut in a third. Damage was up very slightly. Coolness was down, so it didn't matter in the end because we had so many cigarettes. Projectile speed was doubled. Reload speed was nearly doubled. Shot prices were increased a little bit, and everything else you kind of just saw on the run. So there you go. 0.67 rate of fire, 1.12 damage. So thank you all for watching. For those of you on YouTube, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support me on Twitch, Patreon, and stream lives, and I hope to see you again for the next run of Enter the Gungeon.